What's up YouTube? Tigz here, bringing you guys another YouTube video. This video is going to be about meta builds in Tarkov and what I think the best guns are in the game are at the moment. I'm going to break them down as fast as I can and explain them to you a little bit, okay? So, first of all, let's get into it, okay? AK-103, I would say this is one of the best guns in the game in terms of price or performance because it's so cheap to build. Right now, if I wanted to build this gun, it would cost me, and I'll show you right now how much it cost me. This is the max traders, by the way, which some of you should have. Go over here, find parts. We're looking at 211,000 rubles, and this isn't even including barter trades for the AK that you could potentially get. 211,000 rubles is absolutely insane for how cheap that is. This is obviously what you get. It comes with 57 vertical recoil and 139 horizontal. And 67 ergo. Obviously, once you put the magazine in like that, it drops it down a little bit, but you're still in the 50s, which is great. As long as you see the blues, it means the ergo is good, basically. You have two choices here. You can either run BP or you can run AP. In my opinion, I don't think it's really worth running AP in this magazine. The AP ammo is this right here. I'll show you. Hang on. MIAP. This ammo is a lot better than BP for penetration. Really good against class 6, but I wouldn't recommend it with the AK-103 just because of the fire rate. You're probably better off just running the AK with the BP ammo and 50 rounders. Plus, MIAP also gives an additional recoil modifier, which is kind of annoying. I'll take it into the hideout real quick and show you the recoil so you guys can see. But yeah, the AK-103 this wipe's in a great spot. It was a good spot last wipe too. It's a really, really good budget gun. Really, really good. Like, as you're about to see here, the recoil's pretty negligible. Like, you're not really going to notice it. And for some reason, it feels better than the Mutant sometimes. It's a really weird gun. Alright, so that's recoil when it's crouched. And if you didn't know, just a tip here. If you crouch in Tarkov, there is less recoil. And that is pretty much the recoil on the AK-103. Like I said, this gun I highly recommend if you're looking for something that's a lot cheaper, but also like tippity top of the meta that can be viable. The AK-103 is a great contender in my opinion. Alright, moving on to the AK-74N now. AK-74N's just got buffed like last patch. Some of the attachments got improved on them, giving them better stats. As you can see here, we're at 68 ergonomics and 43 vertical recoil, which is actually insane. To note, you can either use BS or a Golnik. I prefer using BS recently, but you can bounce in between, whatever works for you the most. Obviously, a Golnik will absolutely melt armor, which is insane. And to be fair, BS ammo is really good up until like tier 6, but by the time you've shot someone, you're probably going to head eyes them and kill them anyway. And BS is, like I said, BS is a really good round. The best way to equate BS to another round is 995, but it's slightly better. A little bit more flesh damage, and I think slightly more pen. So that's BS, but in my opinion, I think BS is a bit more consistent for me, just because you got to weigh up how many times you run into like tier 6s, tier 4s, and tier 5s. I think this is probably the best round to go with, but you can go with a Golnik. Don't get me wrong, a Golnik's great. It's up to you. The drawback of a Golnik is you do get extra recoil, so that is a thing to note too. Let's show you the recoil real quick. This is the AK-74N. I will show you the price after this as well. So that is the standing recoil and the crouch recoil. As you can see, it's an absolute laser beam. Very, very, very good. To build this gun right now, it would cost you, let's show you real quick. Insane. Build this gun from scratch with max traders, it would cost you 220,000 rubles. And this isn't including barter trades that you could do to potentially get it cheaper. I'm sure you could do that. Obviously, you're going to need max traders to build this anyway, boys. This isn't going to be for people that, you know, don't have max traders. This is going to be for people that do have them. But it's good to keep this video to come and look back at, because these are all of the meta attachments and they will stay relevant for the rest of the wipe. So that is the AK-74N. This is also a great budget gun. Like I said, it can do everything, man. My only thing I would say about this gun is it's bad against raiders and NPCs, like killer and stuff. But against players, it's an absolute beamer. And I would highly recommend, if you're trying to kill players, to run this. If you're, you know, looking to keep it cheap. So those are the two, like, I guess, budget guns. But, like, these are tippity top of the meta, for sure. I know we're moving on to the more expensive guns now. To build the Mutant that I currently run, it would set you back 300,000 rubles, excluding the suppressor. The suppressor's around 60k, so you're looking around 350k in total for a meta Mutant. which is really, really expensive, as you can see. Comes with 50 ergo, which is really nice. For a 56 vertical recoil, which is huge. And in my opinion, I still think this gun's amazing. It definitely is better than the AK-103, that's for sure. Another bonus about this gun, obviously you can only really use the 30 rounders with it. Drum magazine is kind of dead. You can run MIAP with this thing. MIAP is absolutely insane in the Mutant. I would highly recommend it with the RPM that it has over the AK-103, but that's entirely up to you. And you don't have to worry about the ruble wastage too, you know, they're only 30 rounders, so you're not going to burn through 50 rounds fast, you know what I mean? The 30 rounders go pretty quick, and you don't really waste too much money with a 30 rounder, like a 73 rounder or a 50 rounder, you know? So I'll show you the recoil real quick. Like I said with all the other guns, they do have recoil modifiers based on the ammo that you use. MIA does give a pretty significant recoil, but it's not too bad. Alright, I'm going to show you the recoil now. You know, it's a little bit bouncy, right? It's a little bit bouncy when you stand up, but in my opinion, in PvP, you're going to be wanting to look to crouch anyway, for the most part. But even in the standing up motion, it's still pretty, you know, it's a laser beam, alright? It's good. Also, okay, that is the Mutant build right there. Like I said, it's an expensive one, 350k. And then we're moving on to the last gun. In my opinion, I still think this is the best gun in the game, even after some of the attachment nerfs. Obviously, you know why it's the best gun. It uses M61. M61 is absolutely broken. Same for 993 and all sorts of other bullets. You have two choices, really. Well, you actually have three, but I wouldn't recommend the third option. You either run M61, which I highly suggest, which is going to set you back quite a bit of rubles. M61 right now is around 3k a bullet. Right here. Sometimes you can get a little bit cheaper, but I would say the price is worth every... I'd say the price is worth every bullet, right? This thing is... It's very good. As a substitute, you could use 993 if it's on, you know, the cheaper price, but 993 also has recoil modifiers and a little less on the flesh damage, so it's kind of overkill. Or if you wanted to keep it budget to farm raiders, and you know, if you're good at headshotting players, you could run the M62s. A good thing about the M62s, if you didn't know, is actually reduced its recoil right here by 5, which is pretty nice. But M62 is pretty bad unless you're good at headshotting people, and I wouldn't run it, to be honest. But it's definitely an option, and I think it's definitely good if you're going to try and farm raiders and stuff. Obviously, M61 is 1000% the way to go. I'm going to show you the recoil real quick. Obviously, I do have recoil control stats as well, boys, so that obviously makes a big you know, contribution to why my guns look so good when I shoot them. That is the recoil on M62 ammo, and then we're going to swap over to the M61 ammo, and I'm going to stand up just so you can see the comparison. It's definitely a lot more bouncy, but like I said, in PvP, if you're a decent player, you're going to want to be crouching when you fight players. For the most part, boys, that is all the builds. I didn't want to make this video too complicated. I wanted to make it, you know, pretty quick for everybody. Oh yeah, before I go, I almost forgot. Let me show you the price of this gun real quick. My bad. If you're going to buy this gun, it's going to set you back around, let's say 310,000 rubles. Because the suppressor fluctuates between 40 to 60k. Well, you're looking at around 300,000 rubles. But yeah, that's pretty much the builds, boys. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I just wanted to get this video out for all the people that have been trying to get the best in slot builds to the wipe. In my opinion, these are the guns that you're going to see a lot of. HK and M4, you're not really going to see much of. And that's it, really. Like, the other guns just aren't really worth it. These guns right here are, like, the best, in my opinion. But yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like it. I would greatly appreciate that. I'm trying to grow the YouTube, so if you could do that for me, that'd be amazing. I will try and pump out more content for you guys on the YouTube to inform you and teach you more about what I know on the game. And that is it. I stream every day on Twitch. If you want to come by and see how I do things and make my rubles, you're also welcome to. And yeah, that is the video. Have a good evening. Peace.